Once upon a 246 day, a group of seniors took a meaningful journey from the parking lot to Miss Houston's classroom. Fueled by ambition and engaged by fun, they sought to bring their peers a statistical report bold enough to wake Peter Lee. Although their journey wasn't all fun and games, one of them accidentally deleted the footage from John's GoPro. Amongst the confusion, a new plan arose from the ashes. They met at dawn, and the next day they began filming. After 4 hours of ruthless filming, they found their final product. Through all this, they found themselves thinking about what is stats. Through all this, it seems that they have found that answer.
Hey guys, this is the Socal stats report. This is my boy JR or Junior. This is my boy
CJ. Cole can't do this anymore, dude.
This is RB.
Plus B, FIFA.
Rancho Bernardo.
And my name is RK. Today we're going to be talking about measures of variation, some graphs, mean, median, mode, mid-range.
The whole thing, dude.
Stuff like that.
The whole thing. The whole frequency distribution. I'm gonna find the mean of that. Don't ask me how. I'm gonna freaking do it though. I have no fear. Never have, never will.
Dude, quick shout out. I love, Peter. What up, dude? Pick your head up. I know you're sleeping right now. Everyone, we blend and, we mesh really well, I think we were talking about that, weren't we?
Yeah.
How I don't go to fourth period to learn. I go to learn and inspire, or to be inspired, which is what happens. No, he's completely right. And then, and Zach, we love you. Hey, we wish you were right here with us, dude. We understand you gotta go your ways, right?
Look, not everyone can be in the same group, and it's bitter. It's bitter reality, man. This is life.
Oh,
It's usually we know you love Mexican food.
quick trivia. What Detroit Pistons point guard won the NBA Finals and attended University of Colorado Boulder? Yell it out in 5 seconds. We were looking for Chauncey Billups. Thank you. Hello, I'm John, and we're gonna go over little definitions, alright? So let's get the mean straight. The mean is the sum of all sample values over the number of sample values. Very straightforward, we've done that a lot in class. The mode is the number in a data set that occurs most frequently. That goes without being said. Then the mid-range. The measure of the center, that is the value, midway between the max and the min values in the original data set. And the median of a set is the measure of a center, that is the middle value. Pretty straightforward definitions. We've been working with these for a while now. We can use these terms all aspects of life. Whether it's a baseball game, Jeopardy, heck, even this table right here. But let me put this in perspective for you all. What is the mean of Jason's test scores? He got an 85%, 86, that's a little better. 89, he's getting there at 98. 91, I'm gonna give you guys a minute. Put that in your calculator and think. Remember what I taught you? 89.8. That's the mean of Jason's test scores. Alright, stay here with me. Let me get this really quick. Let's move on to the mode. What is the mode of 3, 7, 3, 4, 374. No, that's not a phone number, but I think the one that occurs most frequently in this data set is 3. Stay with me, think about it one more time. What is the median? One in the middle. It's a little tricky, as the numbers are a little out of order. I know I spelled medium, it is median. So think about it. The one in the middle is 6. That's all I have for you for this segment, but I'll be back. I'm now here to talk about skewedness, whatever you like to call it. If it's not symmetric and extends more to one side than the other, it's skewed. For example, zoom in right here. That is skewed left, notice. Symmetric in the middle, and that is skewed right. How would I allow you to relate? How would I allow you to relate to this in real life? Well, I mean, we all have some lopsided things. Like, maybe one day we have a really good day, and then the next we have a terrible day. Maybe we get a 30% on a test. I haven't done it. Maybe we get a 95. Long story short, data, it can extend from the worst to the lowest. Houston, we have liftoff. Mid-range. Of this data set, 25, 27, 29, 50, what is the mid-range? Excuse me. Well, you know what you have to do? Max minus min over 2. And if you did that correctly, you get 12.5. Thank you.
My name's Chase, and I'm going to be talking about mean of a frequency distribution. Now, it sounds harder than it is, but basically a mean of a frequency distribution is the average value for a series of classes. Usually you're dealing with like age ranges amongst like given people. So here we have ages of bros, 21 through 80, but we split them up in the classes with equal amounts. So there's 9 people in each class. It's important to do that because while we do have the frequencies or like the number of people in each age group, we don't know their exact ages, we just know how many there are, so we have to use the midpoints of each of these classes as in order to find basically the first half of the formula. So what we did is there's 9 obviously in each class, and you just find the midpoint, which is 4.5, so it's 25.5 for 21 through 30, 35.5 for 31 through 40, and so on. We're looking at the formula to find the mean. You do the sum of f times x, so frequency times midpoints, divided by the sum of the frequencies. And so, I mean, pretty much explains itself. We just took 26 times 25.5, and you got 663. We did that for every row and then we just added them up at the end, and you plug them in. And the average age of a bro is 36.71, according to our statistical report.
Hey, I'm Ryan, and I'm going to be talking about measures of variation. First off, we got the range. The range is the difference between the max value and the minimum value. Second, we got the standard deviation, which is a measure of variation of values about the mean of a set of sample values. For the range, the equation is max minus the min. And for standard deviation, it's the sum of x minus the mean squared over n minus 1, all in the square root. Some facts about the standard deviation. It's a measure of variation of all the values from the mean. Also, it's usually positive, and it is only 0 when all of the data values are the same number. Also, it can increase dramatically with inclusion of 1 or more outliers. And the units of the standard deviation are the same as the units of the original data values. Next, we have the variance, which is a sample. Oh, no. the variance of a sample and population is a measure of variation equal to the square of the standard deviation. So the units of variance are different than the units of the original data set because it's going to be squared like that. Lastly, the standard deviation of a population is this little symbol right here. And instead of n minus 1 on the bottom, it's just n. I'm going to talk about steps to finding the standard deviation. First off, you compute the mean. So I'm going to do, this is a problem over here. We're going to start off with times of 1, 3, and 14. So to get the mean, you do 1 plus 3 plus 14, which is 18, and divide it by the number of numbers, which is n. So it's 18 divided by 3 is 6 for the mean. Next off, you subtract the mean from each individual value to get a list of deviations of the form x minus the mean. So we're going to do x minus the mean, which is 1 minus 6 is negative 5, 3 minus 6 is negative 3, and 14 minus 6 is 8. Next off, we got square each of the differences obtained from step 2. So you square all those, you get 25, 9, and 64. So that's the value for this, x minus the mean squared. Next, we have add all of the squares obtained from step 3, and that's going to be the value of the sum of this. So 25 plus 9 plus 64 is 98. Next, we got to do the n minus 1 on the bottom. So you divide the total from step 4 by the n minus 1, which is 1 less than the total number of values present. So total number of values is just 3, so you do 3 minus 1 is 2, so that's the number on the bottom. And lastly, you just do 98 divided by 2, you get 49. And you got to find the square root of the result of step 5. So just put 49 under the square root, and you get 7 minutes.
I'm Riley, and I'll be doing Misuses of Statistics Part 1. So today we're going to be learning about voluntary response sample, and that is a self-selected sample, as in the people get to choose if they want to be in the sample or not. Then a small sample is conclusions-based samples that are far too small, as in there's way too few of people to even make a result that's even statistical. And then graphs are bar graphs and pie charts, and they can be misused as in below. And then last but not least is pictographs, which is drawings of objects or three-dimensional objects like barrels, money bags, or cylinders, such as shown below.
In conclusion, we really had a great time filming this. We learned a lot, and we really appreciate that. Thank you for listening. Go Chargers in Houston. We have liftoff.